Today we are going to start learning our tenses. I'm sure all of you would know that there are about 12 tenses in English. There are 4 tenses in present, 4 tenses in past, and 4 tenses in future. However, when it comes to our day-to-day life, we use roughly around 9 tenses. And in order to learn these tenses, it's very important for you all to learn the basics of a tense. Now, when it comes to the basic of a tense, there are a few fundamentals that all of us should learn and all of us should be aware of. Now, if we learn these fundamentals, we can avoid a good number of errors. Now, what are these fundamentals? The first is called subject and the second is called verb. Now, it so happens that subject sometimes agrees with the verb and sometimes it doesn't agree with the verb. If the subject agrees with the verb, then we call it conquered. And if the subject doesn't agree with the verb, we call it discord. Now, subject doesn't agree with the verb or verb doesn't agree with the subject. In either cases, it's called discord. If subject agrees with the verb and verb agrees with the subject, then it's called conquered. Now, conquered, to bring in conquered, it's very important because unless the subject and verb do not agree, we wouldn't be able to make our sentences correct. Now, in order to move forward, let's first understand what subject is, and then we'll also understand what verb is, and then we'll be able to comfortably frame our sentences. Now, let's first understand what subject is. I'm sure you would know what subject is in your day-to-day usage. So we say English, we call English as a subject, or we call social studies as a subject. Now, when it comes to English in specific, we have 2 definitions for the subject. Now, I created 2 definitions only for an easy understanding. Different people have different ways of expressing what subject is. So let us understand it in simple terms. Now, let's look at this sentence. Ravi is a good boy. If you observe the sentence, Ravi is a good boy, would you be able to say, who am I speaking about in this sentence? Am I speaking about Ravi? Or am I speaking about is? Or am I speaking about a? Or am I speaking about good or boy? If you observe, I'm speaking about Ravi. I'm speaking about Ravi and I'm saying that Ravi is a good boy. Therefore, Ravi is my subject. Thus, definition number 1. We can say that subject is the one about which or who we speak. Now here I'm speaking about Ravi, therefore Ravi is a subject. Let's say I'm speaking about a place called Delhi. Delhi is in the northern part of India. Now, what am I speaking about in this particular sentence? I'm saying that Delhi is in the northern part of India. Now, am I speaking about Delhi or the northern part, or am I speaking about India? If you observe, I'm speaking about Delhi. Therefore, Delhi becomes the subject of my sentence. Thus, the one about which or who I speak is called the subject. Now, this is the definition number 1. Okay, now we have already understood what is the definition of a subject, and that was the first definition of the subject. Now let us look at the second definition of the subject. Now let us observe this sentence. Rahul is playing. Now, will you be able to say who is performing the action in this particular sentence? Is it Rahul performing the action or is it playing? If you observe, it's Rahul performing an action. Now, Rahul becomes a subject here. So the other definition of the subject is the one that does work. Whoever does work becomes a subject. Now here Rahul is performing an action or Rahul is doing a work. So Rahul becomes the subject. Let us say a tiger killed an elephant. Now, if you observe this sentence, can you say who performed the action in this particular sentence? Is it the tiger that performed an action, or is it an elephant? Now, the tiger performed the action. The action that it did was killing. So a tiger killed an elephant. The tiger performed the action and elephant got the effect of the action that the tiger performed. So a tiger becomes the subject. So we have understood two definitions of subject. Definition number one was the one about which or who we speak. That is one definition of the subject. The second one is the one that does work. Whoever does work becomes a subject.